Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's almost it's showtime. Yes, I got that alert. Alert. Red alert. Old Star Trek. Gonna talk about that in a couple of minutes, but there's some things I want to talk about. We can really start this pre-show before prime time. So, welcome to everybody. I'm gonna get the show started. You know, I always like to start this with a smile on my face. We're going to start the show right after this word. Good afternoon, content creators. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the show. Today is Hump Day. Like we all said back in where I used to grew up. Hump Day. How y'all guys doing? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the pre-show before prime time. Like I like to call it. This is for people for the East Coast. Because it is 5:30 in the evening, they're sitting down, getting ready to eat some dinner. But first things first, the first person that's here, that is always here, that always has my back, is Chat. Chat, thank you for coming in. You are the first person here. Thank you for all your support for the past couple of years. I thank you. But yeah, so you want to say, Z, why are you on so early? I mean, I was on this morning. Was I on this morning? I don't remember. But anyways, no, I wasn't on today. Yes, that's right. I had a cleaning lady. And the cleaning lady is so awesome. See, I got the greatest cleaning lady in the morning. I got the greatest cleaning lady ever. I didn't know she was going to do this. Well, this morning she came on and bought some Jack in the Box for me. Are you kidding me? My cleaning lady buys me, the Z-Man, Jack in the Box. Now, you can't make that stuff up. You cannot make that stuff up. You cannot make that stuff up. But yeah, so it was a good day. She did. And by the way, I got a video coming out. We got somebody at the door. Let's go see who it is. It's none other than
Z-Man.
It's the Marine.
Where?
What's up, Bachelor man?
What is going on over there, Z-Man?
I mean, I was getting ready to go say, man, I need to go over here. Robin's out of town. Let's go party over at his house. Hang out with the dogs. Come on, man.
All this over here is a bunch of yard work and stuff like that going on.
How you been, bro?
Fantastic. How about you?
Oh, I've been living the dream, man. I had a cleaning lady buy me some breakfast from Jack in the Box.
Whoa.
I said, no, you did. Yes, she said, yes, I did.
Sounds like she likes you, Z-Man.
I'm living the life, man. I'm the only bachelor on the YouTube that's living the life. How you been, man? You get ready? You get excited about your cruise?
Yes, but I just got an email from Norwegian. They've canceled Tortola.
What?
Yeah, so we're still going to go to Great Stirrup Cay and St. Thomas and Dominican Republic, but we're going to miss Tortola.
And that's in Haiti, right?
No, it's its own little island, the British Virgin Islands.
And did they explain why they canceled it?
Something about fuel, keeping up with the environment and all this stuff. So really, it sounds like they don't really know. They just, who knows? Something to do with green stuff, I guess.
Green stuff on the on the hull of the ship. Yeah.
No, green stuff like in fuel consumption. They'll think they'll have to burn too much fuel to get there and all that. And so
That's ridiculous. They should tell you that before you did it.
yeah, I can't believe they figured this out today.
Yeah, and y'all leaving in less than 30 days.
Yeah, we're leaving in 25 days or 24, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, they went to that. See,
I booked it almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, I would smack somebody in the head and say, "What are you thinking? What are you thinking?"
And then in replace of that, they gave us $100 onboard credit.
Well, Chad, you don't gamble, so what are you going to do?
Oh, well, that gives us $200 because we had $100, from booking the group cruise and $100 from that. So I'm thinking with that $200, we can book a short excursion on St. Thomas.
Or you could be a good husband and give Robert a spa day.
That's possible too. That's another option. Yes, it is.
see, I'm seeing. I'm thinking like they're like a crazy man. Yeah, but so you're ready for your cruise. Let's talk about your diet. How you doing on your diet? I know you're on a diet before you cruise.
Well, I had a little speed bump this week, but I was down about 14. Now it's 12, but I'll weigh myself in the morning. I think I'll drop another pound today because I basically all I ate was a salad all day. So.
Oh man, see, see, Chad, I can't do it like that. It's a salad. Did you watch TV? You see all the commercials, fast food, Pizza Hut's doing a special, $12.99. I mean, Jack in the Box is doing their thing. You get me? They know I'm on a diet. Well, when I was on my diet, they knew I was on a diet. That's why I hate commercials. But yeah,
I've got, I ain't got but like 18 days before we get on the MSC ship, and I want to be down under 200, as close to 195 as I can get. So, and I was right at 200, just about 5 days ago. But then we had a carb up weekend, so we had some tortillas with the guacamole and some gelato. Woo! Yeah,
buddy. You don't want to tell me about that going in and out. Yeah, that stuff will go right through you. Yeah. So you got a cruise after that, right?
They're back to back, or actually they call it a side to side, because we're getting on the MSC Seashore on the 12th. The 19th, when we get off, we get on the NCL Breakaway, our group cruise. So they're right. So it's 2 weeks of cruising. Two different
cruises. And you know what? I like to say that. I think Robert's like 25, 26 years old. She looks like she's 25 to 26 years old. Man, you're a very lucky man.
I know, right? I wonder how I pulled that off.
I just say, hey, man,
when is your next cruise, man?
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's my cruise. It was supposed to be the New Year's Eve cruise on the Jubilee for New Year's Eve. But there is another cruise coming up in November next year. The MSC, I think it's Seascape in Galveston. It'll be the first sailing. So I got hooked on the first sailing on the cruise because I got hooked on the Jubilee, which it's the greatest cruise of all time. The same. But yeah, so November 9th, 2025, we'll be my next cruise. So hopefully I will get that done. Yeah, that is the breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. On the cruise. You know what that means? Probably in May, going to start my diet again. So I'm trying to eat in. I know this is sugar. Well, I got like 5 more days till I go on my diet. But yeah. Now, by the way, you remember this old story?
Oh, I remember it. Yeah, I sure remember.
I was trying to open that bottle for 20 minutes. I have never heard you guys laugh so hard. I saw that today. Yeah, we're going to pull it out. That was that was priceless. I've never heard you and Robin laugh so hard out of your show on that. Trying to open that freaking bottle. But so let me ask you some questions. Like I like to, I like to do this, but I call it this or that. So since you're a young man, we're gonna talk about this or that. Now, back in the day, what would you drink, Coke or Pepsi, and why?
You know, didn't really drink that much of neither one of them, but really what our thing was when we was little kids is if we saved up enough bottles that we picked up off the side of the road, we'd go down and we'd get an RC cola, if you ever heard of RC, and then we'd get some peanuts and pour the peanuts into the RC. And that was if we could pull that off once a month, that was a big treat. Sometimes we had to share it around, me and my nephews, a couple of them are older than me, but we were all, it's about the same age, and that's what we would do. So really, it was RC.
Yes, and those of you that are watching the replay, RC is real big at the East Coast, especially in Florida. When I used to live in Florida back in the 70s, that was the sort of choice. And living on a military base, we have access to that. So RC cola, I had that, but it just that mine is Coke. Now, back in the day, there were rumors about the Coke. It was a different kind of Coke. It was the stronger Coke.
That was back in the early 20th century, 1910s, 20s. I think it phased out by the 30s. Yeah, what you're talking about. But that was true. It really was Coca-Cola.
It really tastes great, too.
We had a Coca-Cola bottling plant in between where I lived and the middle school. I reached to ride my bike past that every day, a Coke bottling plant. And it shut down, and it's just an empty building now.
Wow. Yeah. And guys that are younger than us, we used to ride our bikes when we were kids.
Yes. I rode my bike to school every day.
I remember my bike was a banana bike with the banana seat.
Yeah.
And the big old handlebars and
a sissy bar on the back.
Yes, and we used to put our cards and put them in the spokes to make them sound better. Yeah. See, y'all young people don't know how to have fun and entertain ourselves when we were playing back in the day. Like we do that. So Coke and Pepsi. All right, next question.
Okay.
Star Wars or Star Trek, and why?
Star Trek, man. I mean, Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock. Come on. Captain Kirk, Mr. Spock, Dr. McCoy, Mr. Sulu, and Scotty, and Uhura. I mean, come on.
Yeah, Captain Kirk was the ladies' man. If y'all did not know, he was the ladies' man, on screen and off screen. But yeah, he was the ladies. I love the original Star Trek.
Yeah, original Star Trek. Yes.
Original Star Trek. I got used to working at watching The Next Generation, and the DS9 was the real space battle. And then they just finished last year. They did the Star Trek Picard series. Have you ever seen that?
I've saw the advertisements. I have not seen it though. No.
If you like The Next Generation, you need to get that. You need to get that in collection, like 500 movies and stuff like that. Back in when I used to, I used to do that full time. I still got my machine that does that. I'm not gonna get rid of that one. That one served me very, very well. to say, Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I like the first 3 movies.
Yeah,
I saw the first Star Wars in '76 at the movie theater. I saw all the movies except for the last 3 at the movie. I saw Star Wars, Empire, and Return of Johnny in the movie theater. When we used to go out to the movies now, and speaking of movies. This question, will Robin, would you have a man cave? A dedicated man cave.
I don't think she'd care. But in place of that, I have a YouTube studio. How about that?
Hey, that's your man cave. That's your domain, and you know, I know. Robin is the tech nerd of the family.
Yes, she is.
She is real good with computers.
Yep.
And Chad told me about this computer that he had. And I was so jealous. I said, "Oh my god! See, I need a girlfriend. My girlfriend knows how to do some tech stuff, man." So Robin said, "Yeah, look at this is my baby right here." And I said, "Oh man!" She just tell me what stuff is in it. I said, "Oh."
And you know, the Mac Daddy computer we got is cheaper than one you could go buy at Walmart with nothing in it. But it's because I know a guy. I worked with him for 10 years, and he started his own computer business, and he just hooked me up. You know, so he's like, "Yeah, man, here." And he told me how much. I'm like, "That's." I thought to myself, "That's all." I'm like, "Okay."
See, yeah, he got no. These guys talking about the. We got to talk about this real quick. The best of your computer is your memory. That is the blood of your machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's your memory. And if you have like 16 gauge or 13 gauge, I did a show Sunday. These guys were building a PC live. It was an incredible machine. He said he had 128 gigabytes of memory. Super fast. It cost him $5,000 to build it, and he auctioned it off for $7,000 to a children's hospital up in Canada. But he was just showing that. I said, "Man, I wish I had that kind of money." Now, if you had that kind of money, and you know you guys, I bet you will have the ultimate computer.
Man, I ain't got that kind of money, so I don't know.
I mean, yeah, well, we all need to have something.
I'm paycheck to paycheck. I'm waiting for. I just got paid today, and I sat here and I paid the bills, and I'm like, "Uh-oh." I got grocery shopping one time, and then I'm in trouble.
Oh man, don't even talk about grocery shopping. Thank the Lord, my lady does my grocery shopping. I mean, man, I haven't paid in shade. All right, the next question is. Now, all of us love the 70s, 80s rock music. Now, we're going to get into the nitty gritty. Van Halen, Sammy Hagar, or David Lee
They both have, winning songs. It's kind of a mixed bag there. I probably go Sammy Hagar though because I found him in Montrose. I don't know if you remember the band called Montrose.
Mm-hmm.
Ronnie Montrose on guitar, Sammy Hagar singing.
Mm-hmm.
To me, they're better than Van Halen. But so that's only the edge I'll give to Sammy Hagar.
You know what? I want you to say, "Oh, what about Dave?" I said, "What? Dave was a front man."
Yes, he was.
Sammy was a singer, songwriter,
and
producer.
Yep.
When he joined the group, they won their first Grammy for their first song as a group. David Lee did not do that, but when Sammy came on there, they won their first Grammy. They won more awards on that album. The first one they did, it was 5150. Never forget it.
That was a good album. Yeah.
Oh man. And now, for those of you who don't know, there's a song by a certain young man that we all know is the greatest entertainer of all time, Mr. NJ, and he did a song called "Beat It." Do you know who the guitar player is?
I sure do. Yep, Eddie Van Halen did that guitar work, and he did it for free.
Yeah.
Free.
Yeah, he said he did it for free because he didn't want to have conflict with the other members of the band. And basically, he said, I couldn't reach him. And Quincy Jones called and said, "Hey, this is Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson wants you to do his song." And Eddie hung up on him the first time. This is a true story. So Quincy calls him back and said, "Hey, I'm Quincy. I'm serious. Michael Jackson wants you to do the song, the rip." So they gave him in there, and he listened to the song and said, "Wait, since I'm going to do this rip on this song, I want to rearrange it." And he said, "Hey, Michael, I'm going to rearrange the song for Beat It." He said, "Yeah, go ahead. I like it when you did the high tones."
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was so interesting that he didn't just write that guitar solo. He actually recomposed the song kind of. And, Michael Jackson, whatever people may say about him, the dude was brilliant. And part of his brilliance was like, hey, that guy can make this better and it's going to lift me up. It's going to elevate me if I let him be him. That's brilliant right there.
Yeah, that's one of those guys that just say, wow, this guy's a genius. Another person is Prince. Yeah. He's a genius too. I mean, a lot of people don't know Prince helped other people out, like Sheedy Easton, Vanity Six, Morris Day and Time, and Purple Rain. Oh,
yeah.
I remember when I went to go see Purple Rain, there were people dancing in the theater when they're playing the songs. They're dancing.
That's one of my top 10 albums of all time. If I had to pick my 10 favorite albums that I think are just the best, Purple Rain from Prince is definitely in that list.
Oh yeah,
the whole album was just fantastic.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people didn't want to give him credit because now back in the day they used to say, "What is this black guy gonna do a rock? Consider it rock or whatever." And nobody gonna listen to that. I guarantee they will. And he blew up.
We never thought like that back then. I don't know where people point back to that and say people thought like that. I never saw it. We saw Michael Jackson, we saw Prince, we saw Jimi Hendrix, just the same as we saw Van Halen and Styx and Rush. It was just bands. It was no, oh hey, that black guy's really good. None of us ever talked about that. It didn't come up like that. At least not where I live. Maybe somewhere else in the planet it did.
Yeah.
Where we lived, it didn't. It's just like we heard the music. We was like, that's some good music right there.
Yeah, that's great. You know what? I wish I would have. I wish I was around when I heard Jimi Hendrix. I would have loved to see him live. I
would have too.
I saw Van Halen live when they did a concert. They did a concert the night before in Dallas. Then the next morning they did a concert outside in downtown Dallas. And that was the best concert I ever been to because they were raw. Sammy said, "Hey, my boys might be going out, but we're going to have some fun today, this morning." That's like in the 60s. I mean, he was just... And it was just going crazy. There's a little video on there, YouTube. You check it out. It says Van Halen concert in Dallas. You see thousands of people outside doing that.
I saw that at Lakeland Civic Center with Sammy Hagar, and the venue was really just too small because they were so loud that it was just distorted, and everybody was standing around trying to figure out what the song was. Oh, that's such and such. So we'd scream, "Oh yeah!" And everybody be jamming, And Sammy Hagar was climbing the rafters of the Civic Center over our heads. With nothing tied to him. If he fell, he was just going to fall.
I've there a lot of people to catch him.
I got out of the way because he was so high, it would just splat.
Yeah, things like that, including they're trying to do like a rock cruise. I mean, if I had that, it would be different. But the ultimate band has to be Rush.
Oh,
Rush
no doubt about it.
The ultimate band for three people.
Always sounds like 6 or 7 people. Did you ever see him in concert, Z-Man? I saw him like 4 times.
I never got to see him. I wish I did. The last concert they did, I wanted to go so bad, couldn't get tickets. It was the one when they had it at American Airlines Center. They had 2 shows. And I think it was the last time before, what's the name, passed away.
Neil Peart.
Yeah. And wow. You want to watch it? It's on YouTube. I said, okay, I might have to do my little say what you would call it, like I used to do back in the day. And this true story. They did a concert. It was on the internet. And I said, man, I need to get it. So I went to McDonald's. I had my laptop. Now, I do not recommend you do this because it's whatever. I downloaded the content at McDonald's. I spent a couple hours at McDonald's, and McDonald's is like a dollar menu back in the. All right, I'm looking at my laptop and said, "Yeah, come on, 97, 98, 98, 98." What is it download? But yeah, great concert. I absolutely adore it. Now, we were talking about. Let's go ahead and switch it for the. What is your ultimate cruise director? Do you actually met on your
Up until Jamie D, that was we'd been cruising for like 15 years before we ever even paid attention that there was a cruise director. We just never paid no attention. We like, wow, they got a cruise director. We did, what's that? But we ran to Jamie D on the Sunshine, and we went on the Sunshine like 3 consecutive times, and she was there for him. And she was the first cruise director ever that got our attention, and she was fantastic. And really, the only one since then. Well, I take it back. There was 2. Donkey on Carnival also. He was fantastic. And then the Flying Scotsman was just like, he is so talented. It's just unbelievable.
Right. See, and you've been on Princess. I know you talk about Princess, the ultimate cruise. What was your ultimate cruise you've been on that you just say, hey, we can't do that again? It was so much fun. What was the cruise, or what was the cruise ship?
They're all of my cruises have been so great. But I guess the one that sticks out in my mind the best was our 11-day on the Sky Princess over New Year's Eve. And yeah, that was a cruise that I would love to relive right now.
That was like amazing chaos on the New Year's Eve. But I thought you would say that the cruise you went on to Alaska. I thought that was one of the best cruises you ever been to. Was the one in Alaska, because you got to travel. You did the dog sled thing. That was very, very cool. I mean,
that one had the best excursions. I'll say that.
That was That was the best. I said, man, let's do what they did. And those had to be some pretty powerful animals, dogs, to do that.
They are. They're surprisingly fast. You know how when you step into a golf cart and you step on the gas pedal, they just go? That's the same way the dog sled is. They just giddy up, go.
And you say, these little dogs can do that. I mean, they're not huge like Rottweilers.
No, they're not big at all, and they're very lean. To me, I look like, come on, we need to feed these guys.
feed them real good,
Then I thought about it, and your best, distance track athletes, long distance runners ain't they're very lean, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't be a long distance runner. I'm sorry.
Me neither.
Oh, I'm tired already. I need my inhaler. But yeah. My ultimate cruise director I love is Kendall Fire. Mm-hmm. Oh, I met her a couple times. I met her on the Vista. I met her on the Jubilee. We talked, and she is going back. She's been on vacation. She lives like 45 minutes north of where I live at now.
Oh wow!
And she's on vacation. She just got back from Vegas. Guys, you need to follow Kendall Fire. She is crazy. Energy. I mean, wow. Other than my baby mama, but she's crazy, and we talk for a couple of minutes, but she is crazy. She's a great fit for that Jubilee cruise. So I know you guys. I know Robin had a good job. She got a new job. Yeah. Got to talk about the Icon. Are you gonna pull the trigger on the Icon, or is that too big for you?
I don't know. The pricing is too big for me, really, Z-Man. Really, the pricing of it is just too much. It's just, to me, it's just way more than I can do. I can do 2 other cruises. I mean, Mardi Gras was a lot cheaper. Mm-hmm. I do Mardi Gras twice before I do Icon once. I ain't knocking the Icon. I would do the Icon, but at the pricing it's at, there's just no way.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to milk that, because that's like a $2.5 billion ship, and they got to pay that.
And as long as they can fill it up at that price,
the price ain't going to go down.
Exactly. I expect it's going to be probably 3 years before the price go down on that ship.
Wow. See, yeah, especially when you think when it happened with the shutdown and everything like that. A lot of people don't want to talk about that, but yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, that people are really. So I got to ask you this, and I know you for a couple of years. How did you get your dog to do that trick?
We didn't. He just does it all. He just learned it on his own.
I mean, you were just.
Yeah, he just does that to say he wants something. But ain't nothing we taught him.
So y'all didn't teach him that. He just to say, "Hey,
Yeah.
I need to go ahead and get my treat."
Like, I want. So it's funny. We knew what it meant. We're like, okay, he wants something, but we never tried to teach him that at all. In fact, I tried to get him to quit doing it so much.
No, that's a highly entertaining when they do that on the show, because I can see on the chat. It's like, man, those I call them, those kids are still in the show,
Right? I got one. Enzo, he's asleep beside me here on the chair, and the other one's down on the cushion on the floor. They're in here sleeping. Wherever I'm at, that's where they're at.
Well, I see, you do good, and you know what, and for everybody that watches my show, we miss you on the mornings.
I'm there on Wednesday and Friday.
I know, but we miss you every day. I mean, every day, every day, and then Wednesday, Friday, and then they do the Sunday show. The Sunday show is crazy.
Yeah, Sunday show, me and Robin, both of us for an hour. Yeah, it just got to be too much. Honestly, we were just kind of burning out.
Mm-hmm.
And she changed jobs. That kind of took that morning away. And so I just did just Friday for a while, and then I added Wednesday. And I keep kicking around that I might add a Monday, but it just hasn't happened yet because I'm waiting to see. I like to come into the show with something. I don't want to just walk into the show and go, okay, I'm here. What's going on?
I had that same problem too. That's what. Now I had the same problem too. And then I said, I looked at my hours. Now, can you explain to me these hours?
Sure.
After a year, they check and see what hours you did last year, and they subtract that from what you got.
Yeah, you collect hours for 365 days. Day 366, day 1 falls off. Day 367, day 2 falls off. Day 368, day 3 falls off. That way you're always in a 365-day window. And that's all you have. So what you had at the beginning will drop off as the new days accumulate. But yeah, that's the way it works. We were kind of backwards to a lot of channels. We had all of our hours, and when we couldn't get subscribers, we're like, hey, subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like 5,000, 5,500 hours or something like that before we hit 1,000 subscribers, which is unusual. Yeah. That's not usually the way it goes for people.
Yeah, because I got my almost 1,100 subscribers. Thank you guys for that. And you want to know why I got 1,100 subscribers? Is this man and young lady? They
you did it, Z man. We didn't do it. It's all you. It says the Z Show Cruise Fun.
Yeah, without y'all motivated me with doing all that stuff, the challenge and everything. I just kept on going, and then I realized, hey, I gotta do some new stuff. That's why I do some new stuff. That's why I've been doing afternoons sometimes, and then the mornings. Sometimes I have to change my hours because the cleaning lady, she comes first. I can't just, hey, I need to come here tomorrow morning. Okay.
Come on.
As long as they get me food, I don't care. You come on in.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm grateful that Robin's getting ready to retire pretty soon, and I bet you're gonna be going, yay!
Well, she's got about 6 more years, but it'll go fast. Every year goes faster. It's like a roll of toilet paper. You get closer to the end, it goes faster. That's the way life is too. You get closer to the end, it goes faster.
There's a joke I cannot say. I'll say that to prime time, but I saw a good video talking about that. It said, when they had that shutdown. All the disappointed people were buying toilet paper. Why? No one can answer that question. You know, when that happened, people were going crazy over toilet paper. I said, what?
Yeah, around here the toilet paper was gone, the water was gone. I was like, and, hurricane, I get it. During the hurricane, the water disappears. But toilet paper?
Toilet paper. Nobody can explain it. Nobody said anything about it. But yeah, other than Princess, you're gonna go on embassy. You have been on embassy, right?
Yes. We're going again coming up. That's our next cruise in 18, 19 days, something like that. Yeah.
And then you talk about Virgin Voyages. I guess that was one of your favorites. Can you explain the difference between Virgin Voyages and Carnival?
Yeah, Virgin is so different than everybody else. Number one is there's no kids, 0. Everybody's 18 and over. And the only way to really, it's hard to explain, but you have to experience it. When you get there, the whole atmosphere is so different than any other cruise ship. It's like so much more chill. I thought Princess was pretty chill. It ain't as chill as Virgin. Virgin was like everybody was relaxed, and the crew was like, no problem. I said, hey, we got on the ship and we had a problem because I'd only booked like 10 days before the cruise sailed. So I couldn't book any dining at all. They were all filled. So we walked up to one of the dining venues, and it wasn't the maitre d', it wasn't the head person in charge or anything like that. It was just a lady that worked there. I said, hey, we need some help. Maybe you can send somebody to help us get some dining because we couldn't get none. And she's like, oh, I can do that for you. You want to go? What time do you want to go? And I was like, wow. And anytime we had a question or a little issue, it didn't matter who you went to. They're like, oh, yeah, we can handle that. It was like there was no problem they couldn't handle right now and make it just seem like nothing, like it was nothing. I was like, wow, what a chilled out cruise,
Yeah, so they don't have drink packages. I think you got to set up a tab for that.
Yes, and it comes in $300 increments, so you can get a $300 bar tab or a $600 bar tab. And it's so funny, when we booked, for some reason there was on some kind of special, but they gave us $300 a bar tab, so we didn't have to buy it. We're like, okay, well, the last day of the cruise, we still had $225 a bar tab. We're like, what are we going to do with all this? So we went to everything. The specialty dining is all included.
Oh, man.
Pay for the specialty dining. So we sat there at what's like the chef's table. It's called the test kitchen. And there was 3 ladies sitting next to us. I'm like, hey, y'all like wine? They're like, sure. Well, I said, bring us 3 bottles of wine. And got them all set there. And we just shared the wine with them. And we still walked off the ship with like $125 of whatever, a bar tab, if you want to call it. And that we didn't use, even though we was giving away wine at the end.
Wow, and y'all guys don't gamble, so
No, we're gambling. No, the bar tab's separate. You can't use it in the casino.
You can't use it in the casino.
No, it's a separate thing. You have onboard credit, and you have a bar tab. The 2 separate things. That's something unique to Virgin as well.
Well, yeah. So they don't have Virgin Voyages down here in Texas. If they did, I'd be going there every other weekend. No kids. Are you kidding me?
They probably will in the next 5 years. Watch out.
Yeah, because I tell you, MSC and Royal Caribbean, they built a new one. I thought we were going to get the Icon. We didn't get it. They're building another one, Stars of the Seas. We probably won't get that one either. And then they're going to build another one. And Carnival is building 2 more XL class ships.
Yes.
Where are they going to put it at?
I'll tell you, between Miami and Port Canaveral, they could put 2 at each port right there because those are the 2 busiest cruise ports in the world. Right now I think Port Canaveral is winning the race, and they're building a whole nother dock that's owned by Port Canaveral so they can put any ship in there. So it's not just Royal Caribbean ships, not just Carnival ships, not just Princess. They can bring in a Norwegian today, bring in a Royal Caribbean tomorrow, bring in a Carnival the next day. Any ship they want can go through this new one that they're building. It'll be ready next year, and they're building 3,000 new parking spaces that'll be done October of this year. So it's exciting times over there at Port Canaveral. And Miami is
Yeah,
doing their best to try to keep up.
yeah. See, and that's why I like Florida because that's the cruise capital of the world, and
Mhm.
you get the better prices than we do down here, especially when y'all go on those. Now, I cannot go on a 3 day cruise. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna go on a 3 day cruise or a 5 day cruise. I mean, you can't get comfortable.
I'd rather not do a 3 or 4 or 5 day cruise. We've done them, of course, just to show what it's like, but
Mhm.
on channel and stuff, and an opportunity to see a ship. But yeah, I'd rather go 7 days or more.
Yeah, because you can't get comfortable. I mean, by the time I get comfortable, I'll be turning back, or
Yep.
you're on your way back. You say, man, really? I just got here. I need my vacation. Leave me alone. Yeah, yes, the vacation of the lifetime, the Jubilee. I ate so much stuff, bruh. I ate so much stuff. I was passing out eating. I was passing out eating. I woke up. There's another two sandwich in my bed. I said, what did I do?
Well, I'll tell you, last year, every cruise we did, we came back and we hadn't gained no weight. We didn't gain any weight until the week after we came back because we were too lazy to cook. We got used to eating on the ship. So then we ended up eating a bunch of junk. But I don't know what's going to happen this time. I got a feeling I'm going to gain weight on these. That's why I'm desperate to lose a few pounds before I get on there.
Yeah, yeah. And speaking of now, both of us, I have something in common with Chad and Robin. You had to have like a wheelchair assisted room, and a lot of people don't understand what that means. It is a special room that you get through the cruise company that has easy access to wheelchairs or scooters or walkers and stuff like that. Can you explain what your process is since you had to have that on most of your cruise? I know one cruise they didn't have one, and how did you deal with that?
I'll tell you, there's two types of handicap rooms. You can make it into three, but the first one's called an ambulatory. It means you can walk around no problem, but every once in a while, if you're going to go off ship, you need a wheelchair or a walker or something that's a little bit wider than the door, the standard door. And so you get a room like that, but yet you can still walk around the room. And that's not the same as a full handicap accessible, which is what I have to get because I have to have wheelchair access to the bathroom.
Mm,
Because
mm,
I got to be able to get in there to the shower because don't go in there with my leg. I have to
mm.
roll in and then use the shower chair and all that. So that's different because not having a leg, I can't fake it till I make it. But I did the one time though, Z man, like you're saying, we took our grand youngins on the Carnival Sunrise and just got a standard cabin because that was all that was available, and it was a nightmare because if I was in the wheelchair, I'd have to stand up on one leg, squeeze the wheelchair together, and
Mhm.
I would hop through, and Robin would pass the wheelchair to me, and I'd stand on one leg and flop it back down and sit down. And then to take a shower, I had to go down to the spa because I couldn't get in the bathroom in the
Wow.
wheelchair. So to take a shower, I'd have to go down to the spa, take a shower. And if I didn't have my leg, if my leg was too sore, I couldn't wear it. Even to get to the bathroom, it would be hop, hop, hop one leg either into the bathroom, which is a little scary, or fortunately for us, at the end of the hall there was a regular bathroom there that was accessible, and I could just get into that. So it was a 4 day cruise, so it was manageable for 4 days, and the grand youngins were there, and they got to see the struggle, and they're like, "Wow, now we see why you would need a handicap accessible room." I'm like, "There you
Mhm.
go." Until you see why a person needs that,
Mhm.
then you don't know. But if you got a walker or a narrow scooter that can go in a regular door, and you can
Yeah.
get up and go to the bathroom, and you can stand up to take a shower, then
Mhm.
you may just want a you may be able to make a standard room work. And if
Yeah.
you can't, then you probably can get an accessible, or excuse me, an ambulatory. And I have a video on one of those. We stayed in one of those one time too to show you how that worked in the wheelchair. It was funny because the wheelchair I could get into the room, and I could turn and get into the bathroom. Worked,
Mhm.
worked fine for that, but there was nowhere else in the room to go. That
Wow.
was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was okay. I can make that work for a few days too.
So the reason why I asked is because I was wondering why you just go ahead and rent you a scooter.
No, I had when this happened to me, Z man, and I got home from the hospital. The people I work with and friends of mine came and they put ramps into the house for me. They built
Mhm.
ramps, and I had not one but two scooters here.
Oh,
One of them was decked out with Highlands County Sheriff stars and lights and everything, And the other one was just another one that people had donated to me too. And I'm like, wow. And I sat on one and I used it for 5 minutes, and I went, nope. If I sit my butt in that thing, I will never get out of it. I will never get out of it. And I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be no. So I
you're not gonna
gave them
depend
both
on.
away. I gave them both away again. I said, no, I'm either going to manually wheelchair or I'm walking. I'm going to walk as much as I can.
Right.
And when I can't walk, it's manual wheelchair time. And that happens to me every day. I'm in, it's part of life, but I'm not going to get in a scooter because I see people getting the scooters and they never get out of them.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to rent it for the Jubilee. That's why I'm gonna rent one. I was gonna depend on my bag, but Greyhound bus. Do not do a Greyhound bus all the way down to Houston. And that, yeah, Greyhound. Yeah, now you've been on a Greyhound bus before. I know you have, right?
No, I don't think I have. No, I just know from your experience that you had kind of a nightmare there.
It was like 4 hours of hell. I'm sorry, but it was especially when they would not help you to put the luggage underneath the bus. I was I was in the Navy. I was in my mind. I was like, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot to bend my knees to do, to put it in, and jacked up my back. And I said, oh, man. I all the way down to Houston, then Galveston, and then I said, man, this is not going to ruin my vacation. Now, a lot of people don't understand. You can rent a wheelchair on a cruise ship.
Yes.
We rent, so I did not know that until I got on and tried to walk around, and I said, oh, this ain't gonna work. And yes, I did it. I just sit down, and people ask you, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm just resting. I'm just resting." And then one of the employees would say, "Mr. Roberts, you know you can rent a wheelchair, and because you get services." I said, "Ooh."
Yeah, you can if you get a hold of your cruise line or you have your travel agent get a hold of the cruise line. There are certain companies that they deal with, and if
Yes.
you want a scooter or a wheelchair, they'll have them right there for you.
Yeah, that's what I did on the Vista when I was on the Vista.
Yeah.
Scoot around. It's called Scoot Around. I did that.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not going to do it too. I'm going to try to do it as best as I can. But I said, probably won't do it. But yeah, after the incident with Greyhound, I said, man, I got to do something. I was going to rent a scooter if they had it on board, but they didn't have one. They had a wheelchair. And I said, all right.
Well, the great thing about those, the ones that they rent too, a lot of times they've got ones that'll fit in a standard cabin.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? Now here's the thing: if you're gonna do that, get a full full wheelchair cabin. Because if you're doing a little bit of drinking, and you try to put that thing in there, yeah, that happened to me when I was on the Vista and I had too many of those shots of fireball, and and I went to the wrong side of the cabin. They got odds and even numbers.
Yep.
So 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm just running. I was running my scooter about 30 miles an hour. I put that on Buddy, the rabbit, going down the aisle. Know what I say? Okay, here's my cabin. Got my key out. And I look and said, this ain't my cabin. And those suckers, you can't back up the suckers who are you're sober. So I'm trying to back the scooter back up. And you can't turn on those halls on a cruise ship. So I had to back that sucker all the way back to the end, the front of the hall. Yeah, that was fun. Don't recommend you do that.
No.
So, so how long y'all been married? Y'all been married for like
30 years coming up. Yep.
how many?
We're celebrating our 30th anniversary and on the cruises.
30th anniversary.
Married. Yep. Been together about 35 years, married for 30.
And y'all already grandparents.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We got two of them. They're 19 now. One's in college for engineering, and one's, I forget what job he's doing now. But, yeah, he's working, so.
And Robin's only 25. I don't get.
It's like a miracle. It's a miracle thing.
Well, that's it. I said, she's only 25. She can't be a grandmother. Are you kidding me? A couple of things before we get out of here. Hey, chat. Now, here's the thing I want to talk about real quickly. It's about. I hate to say that there are knuckleheads out there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
There are knuckleheads out there that try to sneak alcohol on a cruise ship. I mean, really, there are people to this day trying to sneak alcohol on a cruise ship. I mean, why would you do a thing like that? I mean, I know Carnival is notorious because they are called the Jerry Springer, the Moe cruise industry, and they try to do that. I'm just saying, why would you just all the heartache and so they'll probably get people to get rid of it. I mean, it just have you seen? I know you see a lot of arguments. And I saw this before, and it really irritated the fire to me. It's when on the last day of the cruise, people would go to the guest services and take off the gratuities.
Yep.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because they're just not good people. They're not good people. That's just my opinion.
I mean, yeah, it's just you're going on vacation. You're going to have fun. People are serving you, giving you stuff, getting you drinks, serving you, and then making your bed, clean your cabin every day, and you go do something like that.
You know, I guess they've never had it done to them. You know, I guess maybe somebody on their paycheck should say, "Hey, yeah, we're taking this much out of it, just because it's the last day." Wonder how they would like that.
Yeah, because I've been through the what do you call it, the restaurant industry, the bar industry. So most of those people live on tips and stuff like that. Especially people on cruises, they don't make they don't make a lot of money. Most of those people work at least 6 months before they go home, and they depend on tips. And yeah, I look at I said, and I was in one there tonight, not on the Jubilee, but on the Vista, and people are doing that. I just look at them and say, "You lucky." If it wasn't me for 15 years ago, because I would have cursed you out right now. But different times for different areas.
Yeah, I don't think they realize they may get mad at the room steward because the room steward, I don't know, whatever, something. And so they're going to go down and take all the tips off for the whole cruise. And they don't just affect the room steward, it affects a whole bunch of other people behind the scenes, the laundry people, the people that are serving and washing the dishes and all this. There's a bunch of other jobs that all that gratuity gets spread out to.
Yeah.
And also to me, okay, this room steward had one bad day. He forgot to bring you your ice. He didn't make your bed up nice, whatever the thing was. And you're going to take the whole week's tips away from him. I mean, let's say his portion of that $100 of tips you paid for that week was $15. You're taking the whole $15 away over one day out of 7.
Yeah.
Maybe think about it, Granner, and say, I want to take $2 off. If you think you got to take something off, then take one day for that guy or something. Personally, I'm not taking any of it off, but
Yeah, it just irritates. That's the only thing that irritates me when they do that, especially when you are on vacation, you're getting served. Uh, yeah, they're doing a service for you so you can have a good time. Most of these people have that mindset before they go on a cruise. I'm going to be doing this, and this is what's going to happen. And then at the end, I'm going to take it out. You just, I could say some words, but I won't because it's
I know
you.
which ones you're thinking too, Z-Man.
Yeah, you know how I think. You know how I think. One more question before I let you go, because I know the party's getting ready to start at Chad's house tonight. Don't.
No, I'll be working on the channel. I've got a lot of channel work. I got to make 2 shorts and 2 regular videos tonight.
So you know what? The party's over at Chad's house. Let me go ahead and call my pilot and say, hey, party's at Chad's house. And Robert going to say, you know what you should do? You should just go ahead and invite a bunch of people in the house and call Robin and do it on FaceTime. Hey, we're having a party over here. What would she do? Just laugh?
She knows it would never happen, so it would never happen. So I don't know.
I mean, it must have been hilarious. You're on YouTube Live right now, Robin.
I'm kind of a solitary animal. I know I don't appear like it, because of doing lives and doing videos and stuff like that. But when I'm not doing stuff like that, I'm alone. I'm here alone all day, and when she's working in her office, I'm out doing my own thing. I don't have a bunch of friends. I got very, very few. You can probably count them on one hand, maybe on 3 fingers. And I'm just kind of a solitary guy, like that. So she knows there ain't gonna be no party.
Oh, man.
I will go to a party if somebody invited us. I'll go and we'll be there. But then I want to go home and be away from it.
I'll get out of here. All right, before you go, can you announce anything that's coming up for you for the next several months or a couple of years?
2 cruises coming up in May, in May, 12th through the 19th, MSCC Shore, and 19th through the 26th on the NCL Breakaway. Woo! And then in October, we're going to be on Discovery Princess out of California, heading down the Mexican Riviera. And then in December, we will be on the brand new Sun Princess out of Fort Lauderdale.
The Love Boat. And if you want to go on these incredible cruises, contact Ocean to Ocean Travel. Bruce and Ocean to Ocean Travel is a great person. He did my cruise for the Jubilee. That's why I had way too much fun.
Yeah, definitely contact Bruce at Ocean to Ocean. And he knows when I'm going. If you don't, get a hold of me, get a hold of him. We'll tell you how to get on that ship, and Bruce will help you get there.
And by the way, Robin, we miss you. I mean, I miss seeing her face and seeing her laugh. I hope you're not having way too much fun in Tennessee. Wonder what you're doing. Let's call her right now. Hey, Robin.
It's 5:28 there, so they're probably fixing to get out of the building and go eat something.
Yeah. And yes. By the way, before I go, Chad, you got to explain your wife's. How does she eat on a cruise? I mean, it's very difficult if they don't have the right food.
Oh, they have improved so much, Z-Man. Let me tell you, getting gluten-free stuff on the ship now is not that hard. The options are continually increasing. Virgin Voyages does it the best. They had some nights where everything they served was gluten-free. They said, you can order anything off this menu is gluten-free. And other nights, all they had to do was, and they would show us, this is how it's made. We're just going to take this one item out of yours, and it's gluten-free. What? So they really have it down pat. Carnival and Princess are really right behind them. They're doing a tremendous job. And I expect the other cruise lines are probably right in line with that. We're going to find out on Norwegian, and we'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know, but I'm not good for that. I don't. I'm just an eating machine. It's called like Jaws. I am an eating machine. Yes. And speaking of Jaws, you need to watch. Where's my video? Anyway, guys, don't forget to do that. Chad, do you have any questions before we get out of here?
Nope, I've got to go out and change my watering zones now, and then I got to come back in here and get busy on making some videos unless I can get Z-Man to make them for me.
Well, go ahead and do that. Just let me grab it. Like you grab my bottle.
Hey, thanks for having me, Z-Man. I sure appreciate it. Hey, y'all, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the Z-Man, subscribe to his channel. It's free today.
Yeah, it's 100% free. I won't charge you anything. I just probably give you a hard time. But yeah, go ahead and do that. Check it out. Chat, thank you for coming in. Guys, check out Seagull Journeys. Check them out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. The Sunday Fun Day. And when they go all out, you probably see the kiddos over there stealing the show. Chat, thank you for coming in, my bro. Appreciate it. And don't forget, prime time will be on 7 o'clock Eastern, and we will be going crazy on prime time because I got
Go get him, Z-Man.
You don't want to miss it. Thank you, chat.
We'll see you, bro.
See you later. All right. Well, yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's been a fun hour. I just thank chat for coming in. Appreciate everybody for coming. Guys, don't forget, no matter hours, prime time will begin. You don't want to miss this. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. I hope you got it. Guys, don't forget, one more thing. Check out Sea Lake Journeys. Great people. I admire them so much. They're the ones that help me to get really very, very comfortable with YouTube. So I like to thank them personally. Robin, if you're watching this, we miss you. I hope you had some fun. Go ahead and have some fun. All right, getting out of here. I got to go ahead and cook some dinner. But don't forget, prime time tonight. And right away, do not drink and drive. Do not hang around the knuckleheads who do, and always, 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 always drink responsible. Where we go here? All right, here we go. Peace out. Deuces. And we's out. earlier. I've got to turn it off. See ya.